surprised how Gilly didn't commit to saying that they were going to go 7-0, because that would mean that they would have put the boots to maybe her favorite team in Splice.
She did say it's a peeps from me, though, and that's a meme in itself.
Yes.
But I don't know if anyone picked up on that one. But yeah, again, I do agree. Memes aside, I think the peeps are a better team. They're 4-0. Again, lots of confidence going into here. The only saving grace right now that Manhattan has is that, yeah, I guess they beat them in the play-ins, but that was the play-ins.
Yeah, and you know, Gyro is a player who is kind of up and down. He's very critical of himself, and I think you kind of like that as a characteristic in a player to an extent. You know, but he always worries, you know, hey, if I don't pop off, at least, you know, Arsenal is going to be there, and he has been outstanding. You may be surprised, Arsenal actually leads the team in MVP medals. You know, he's had an exceptional season. He comes in with 6 MVP medals. Pirates and Gyro each only have 3. I think that shows that this is a team that is far deeper than it looks, because a lot has been made, of course, of, you know, Gyro this, Gyro that. His shooting percentage being astronomical last week. But Arsenal took over last week. I think he's primed for another big weekend here.
That's a great point. Yeah, Arsenal had a fantastic, last time he was on stream, he played well. And I think, you know, Gyro has said this every single time that we have talked Gyro up. He goes, oh no, it's my teammates. And he's right, though. I mean, Arsenal and Pirates, for both sides of the field, have come through for this team. Can they do it here when it's a win that is expected from them?
So we are underway. The Peeps and Manhattan. Can Manhattan spring a monumental upset here in Season 3? It's going to be Arsenal. His drive will be blocked away by Malekis coming off the back wall. Team on. He is lurking around. They're really waiting for him to get going. Of course, we talk about Ajax and what he has meant. Team on, you know, statistically really bringing up the rear for Manhattan. He could get on the early start here, but it's Pirates up there to intercept that ball. Now back the other way. Malekis has to send this off to the corner. I wonder if they're going to try to even pass to Team on a little bit more, just to try and get him going, just work anything positive for his psyche. Yeah,
he's definitely been quiet this entire season. Again, they're 0-3 at this point. We really haven't talked about Team on too much. It's mainly been Ajax for Manhattan with a little bit of support from Malekis. And again, when you don't have all 3 of your players going and you come up against a team like PEEPS where all 3 of them are playing well, it's a tough matchup.
It's going to be Arsenal bombing one all the way downfield, and Malekis has this off to the corner. Another reset for Manhattan. No real prolonged pressure in the first 90 seconds. Team on. Oh, he's giving this one up to Pirates. And it's Ajax just getting there for the save. Team on. Cut off by Gyro. Who's he going to set up this time? Nobody, as Malekis is there. And a little congested there in the center there for Manhattan, but no real pressure from the Peeps. They are very patient, at least in the early stages of Game 1.
Well, and so far it fares well for Manhattan. The Peeps are averaging 2.65 goals per game in every single one of their series. So if Manhattan can keep up the pace that they're at right now, they're doing okay.
A well-balanced effort as well. That one's going to be high off the crossbar. You know, we talk a lot about Arsenal and Gyro. Hey, Pirates is right there, racking up the assists as well. Of course, when you've got those 2 to pass to, you're going to get plenty. They're the only team coming into this week averaging 1,000+ score per game as a team. Here's Gyro. Up against Team On. Good challenge by Team On. Slows down the attack, and he'll get back for the save as well. For added context here, that's going to be in front. Cleared away by Ajax, and now Manhattan can break free. They come in with the lowest team score per game, right around the 800 mark. Going to be Malekis, kind of bullied away by Pirates. And hey, give credit to Manhattan here. They are not backing down. It's not like they are, you know, over-aggressive by any means, but they're not getting caught out. It doesn't look like, you know, the Peeps are all that comfortable playing against them, and I wonder if that play-in result is kind of hanging in the back of their minds.
Yeah, it just might be a matchup thing as well. Maybe, you know, while Manhattan hasn't had the best series, they might, or season, they might just have PEEPS' number like they did in the play-ins, and that might be a case here. Again, still 0-0 between these 2 teams and a minute and a half left, but it's not a complete blowout.
Team On gonna climb the ladder, but that's going to be right at Arsenal. They are going to have to get creative, you would imagine, at some point. Maybe win a key challenge like Malekis has here, as that skips right across the face of the goal. And Gyro will have this away, but not as far as Arsenal. Malekis is there again, where Malekis has been hugely important so far in this game. They just haven't been able to connect on a shot. Only one shot on goal for Manhattan, this back the other way. 6 shots the other way, almost make it 7 for the Peeps, but still not able to bury one in the net. Full tank of boost for AJ. What's he gonna, or Ajax, what is he gonna do with it? Not a whole lot. It's gonna be Pirates bringing this back in. Final 30 seconds, waiting for someone to blink in game 1. Gyro, pass across intended, but it never found its target. Arsenal taken out of the play. Pirates in trouble, and Ajax a little stutter step, and he shuffles it home.
And Ajax, the patient on this one. 2 players kind of get tangled up in the midfield. Timon's able to chase it down, puts it off the backboard, and Gyro just not able to get to that ball. The slow shot from Ajax comes out, and well, Manhattan, they take the lead with 22 seconds left.
And now the Peeps have to answer in that amount of time, or keep the ball up in the air if this clock hits 0. Arsenal to Gyro, backboard, and Pirates not able to get there in time. Final countdown of game 1. Big clear from Malekis. Needed a little more sauce on it. Here it comes back in, and Ajax, that's the clear they needed. And Manhattan are going to hang on. That ball barely touches down for just their 2nd game win of the season.
And this is a great start from Manhattan. They would love to take down an undefeated team. This would add a win, their 1st win. And not only that, but they take down a team that's at the top of the leaderboards, or in the schedule right now. So for Manhattan, this is huge for them. But again, only game 1, and it was a slow game 1 from both teams. I don't really think that the Peeps really got anything going. They had 7 shots, they just couldn't convert. Manhattan did it on 2. So I think that's kind of the story of the game, really, when you look at it, is that Peeps, they had a lot of chances, a lot of time spent in the offensive third, but for Manhattan, one mistake, and they're able to capitalize.
Yeah, it's so weird to see a team that's, you know, undefeated through 4 matches like the Peeps go up against a team that hasn't won a match yet, and to see them play kind of a passive play style. We're used to seeing, kind of these fancy passing plays, a clever touch out of the corner, back to the midfield, something off the backboard. We didn't see any creativity, it felt, from the Peeps until the very end, and by then it was too late. They were already down. So I wonder, again, that result from the play-in and the fact that, they played in the Astro tourney earlier this week, did not perform well at all. I wonder if they're just kind of entering a slump and maybe there's some doubt creeping in.
I mean, it might be a little too early to tell, but for me, when I look at that game, I kind of see Gyro and Arsenal. They've been their offensive powerhouse in the Peeps, kind of tentative on offense. They didn't really get anything going, and yeah, while they did have 7 shots, they weren't that dangerous. Manhattan didn't have to deal with anything that tough. And again, they capitalized on 1 mistake. That's all it takes for game number 1.
We are back underway. Game number 2, a chance for Manhattan to extend their lead. They could have a breakaway here. Timon from the corner. That kicks out to Ajax. Not able to get on to a shot, though. Arsenal thought about coming out, needs to retreat. The spacing, we talked about it a lot in previous weeks, the spacing for the Peeps. Normally outstanding. You rarely see double commits. And what few you see, they don't get punished for. But you're not necessarily seeing double commits, but you are seeing not a lot of space between the orange cars on the field. Malekis flies in, he's blocked away by Gyro. And now finally they can try to break out of this corner. It is Gyro, the catalyst for this team, and he's cut off by Ajax. Now Ajax trying to center one for Timon. Does not get there. Gonna sky one up, and Arsenal all the way downfield. Gonna be a slow breakout for the Peeps, but at least they can break what little pressure there was.
There really hasn't been too much coming out of the Peeps so far. Actually, a couple good passing plays from Manhattan. Weren't able to capitalize on that, but for the Peeps, it's a lot of solo drives down the field right now. They aren't panning out for them. We want to see that more passing coming out, or really Gyro those solo plays, or maybe just a shot here. Not able to put that one away.
No, but they do here. It's Pirates after the demo. that came in just right about there in the air from Arsenal. Great play for the Peeps, and now they finally score their first goal, but it took them 6.5 minutes of gameplay.
Well, and they do get one here, though, and they kind of caught Malekith sideways in the net there, so it was an easy shot to put it away from the defender, and you don't want to give Peeps the lead. You definitely don't want Gyro to start scoring.
Yeah, low-scoring first game. Only 1-0 the scoreline for Manhattan, only 2 shots. 1-0 may even seem like an insurmountable lead at this point, the way that first game went. Team-on shot, that's going to be on, and Pirates, he'll have the save. Demo there from Team-on, though. He takes out Arsenal, so Gyro has to make the clear, and he does, and he gets this so far out of harm's way that Manhattan have to back off. Now Pirates. Clever first touch, tried to pinch that with Gyro, but it goes off to the corner. Arsenal thought about retreating. Instead, he'll take this himself, and there's the Arsenal we remember.
I love this play from Arsenal. Watch as he just lets this ball come out. The second to last defender couldn't get there, and then he just pops it by Team-on. It's a free shot for him, and now things are going well for the Peeps. They're able to get control of this game and get Arsenal involved. A 2-0 lead opens up for them.
So now the answer has to come from Manhattan sooner rather than later. Arsenal from the wing, that shot barred down, and follow up from Pirates, that'll go to the ceiling. Now Malekith, blocked by Arsenal, and fortunately for Manhattan, not that they've had many breaks in this game, that one does skip across the face of the goal.
And this is the time of the game where in the beginning of this series I was talking about Manhattan needs to score goals. With a -14 goal differential coming into this game, you've got to fight back and not just roll over like they have to their opponents.
Another breakout opportunity for the Peeps. Gyro to the corner. That's going to be won by Malekith. Needs some help from Team-on. He'll get that help, but this ball's coming right back in. They switch fields. It'll be Ajax who takes over. A missed opportunity for the Peeps. A challenge won in midfield. Here's Team-on, and he bullies his way through.
Team-on just throws this one through the last defender. It comes out, actually gets trapped for him right here. The defender has to rotate back with his back turned. It's a tough position for Pirates, and Team-on just front flips into the ball, and he gets Manhattan on the board.
So there's one answer from Manhattan. Do they have another? Gyro from the corner. Trying to get that in front for Pirates. Kind of a role reversal. It's usually Pirates feeding Gyro. That shot's going to be wide. But not much of a clear out for Manhattan. They don't hold possession. They may get away with it. Here's Team-on. Ajax blocked by Arsenal. They got to spread out just a little bit. Now they have to scramble back to Manhattan. Malekith a challenge at midfield. They're going to rely on Team-on off the respawn, and that shot going to be just high. But now you're starting to see the team plays from the Peeps. They're getting a little more comfortable. If they start rolling, could be trouble for Manhattan. They do still have the series lead.
Yeah, and this is the Peeps that we expected coming into the series. It took them a game to get going. They're only up by 1 here with a minute left, and there's been a couple opportunities like you just saw there with Team-on just has the ball with the last defender in front of him, but he hasn't been able to make much of it aside from his last goal.
This will go all the way downfield. Cut off by Team-on. 40 seconds remain. Ajax, ceiling, backboard, and not forced through by Malekith. This time the defense of Gyro is enough. 30 seconds remain. Now Ajax. That's not going to get through. Malekith does what he can. Team-on is up the ladder quick enough, but that goes off to the corner. Nothing to the net just yet. That one is, and it's Pirates' third save. Back towards the blue goal, and it's going to be stopped by Team-on. Manhattan need to move out quickly. They only have 10 seconds. Arsenal just going to clang one off the backboard, wasting a little more time. Manhattan need bodies forward, and they cannot get forward. Pirates will score at the end, and this series is all tied up.
Yeah, 1 second left is not enough time here for Manhattan to come back into it. 3-1 is your scoreline, just a kickoff, a formality at this point. But you look at the stats so far, Stacks, in this game. Game number 2, the Peeps have 8 saves. 8 saves, and that's not really something I would have expected if I had watched this game and not looked at the stats. A lot of shots coming out from Manhattan, but it didn't seem like they were on defense for that long. The Peeps had a lot more control in this game, and they definitely got their offense going.
Yeah, they did enough to get a win there, but this match, they are not a team that is comfortable in this matchup. Whether they're slumping, whether there's something about Manhattan that just kind of has them spooked or works very well against them, this is not a team, this is not the same Peeps that we've seen for the first 2.5 weeks.
And how many times have we mentioned Gyro?
Very little. He has an assist. That's it.
And yeah, he comes into this game with, what, 19 goals? He was 75% goal participation, and not much from him. You see him out on the stats there, only 2 shots coming out from him, and assist. That's about it. And hey, he's got an assist, and sure, he puts a couple shots up, but for Gyro, man, this has been the offensive powerhouse for this team, and we really haven't seen him going. Now, of course, if he was sitting right next to us, he'd be like, well, my teammates are doing it. And they are. Pirates and Arsenal have played phenomenally in these 2 games, but this is a lot closer series than we would have expected.
Over the course of any season, you know, a team is going to be tested like this, like what we're seeing from the Peeps, where, you know, your offensive juggernauts, they're not performing, or maybe you've got a defensive guy who's not really performing well on the defensive end, and somebody else has to step up and take over. That has been the case right now for Pirates. He is picking up the slack, and there is plenty of it to pick up from a team, again, that averages over 2.5 goals per game. Well, they've averaged a goal and a half, technically, through 2 games here. It has not been pretty, but it's been effective enough. We're underway in game number 3. Arsenal misses here. Gyro just trying to ping that one away. And it will be Pirates who ultimately gets the clear for Peeps. And they can reset. And maybe they can try to speed up the pace of this game, because I would imagine the faster this game is, the more it favors the Peeps.
Absolutely, and Manhattan have done a great job, like you said, with the goal and a half stat there, that they've done a great job of preventing goals from the Peeps. Yeah, they lost game 2 here, but Peeps are not scoring a frenzy of goals like we've seen in previous matches on stream, and that's great for Manhattan. Now it's really just on them to put together a few more better plays and score a little bit more.
Arsenal has Gyro in front, trying to run interference, get himself involved in the play. Pirates can't get a second touch here. Arsenal can, and it's Ajax with the save. Manhattan defense tested a little more than they have been on most occasions. They're up to the task. Now Timon looking for Malakis and did not get anything on that pass. So now it'll be Gyro, just another big clear downfield. This dump and chase strategy, it hasn't been all that effective for the Peeps so far. Timon just gonna walk this into the zone. They deserve a goal to Manhattan, and they'll get one on the 3rd try.
I love what Timon does here. We talked about it last game, taking advantage. You see him just slaloming towards the net. He puts it off the crossbar, and it comes down for Ajax, who's able to put it away. That's a great use of the ball, and taking a great use of the space with the ball from Timon and getting his team a goal.
And so Manhattan have another lead. Can they hold on to it again? Timon, backboard. Malakis denied by 2 defenders. 3rd attempt again. Ajax pushes this through, and Manhattan have 2 goals.
And the ball is on the line here. It hits the crossbar and then a post, and again comes out to Ajax, who just shoves it in for Manhattan, and all of a sudden now a 2-0 lead opens up for them.
Malakis, very heavily involved in the attack, especially at midfield and the defensive end for Manhattan. Now is getting involved on the offensive end. A pair of assists to get Manhattan rolling here. Looking to take a 2-1 series lead, but Gyro's got other plans, and now he can get going, banging this one down, far down.
And we finally get to see Gyro put something together. It's a great pass, actually. Comes straight down. Gyro reads that one nicely and just puts it over the last defender off the crossbar and keeps his team in this game. Now Peeps down by 1.
Very important goal mentally for the Peeps. Now they're looking for a quick answer. Who's coming in? It'll be Arsenal up against Ajax, able to get this through to the back line, but Malakis will come away with possession. Peeps, again, you know, they have not pressed the issue much. Certainly not going to see them give up an empty net due to overcommitting. Gyro to the backboard. He's got Pirates over there. but not able to get the shot down was Pirates. As we hit the halfway mark, Manhattan still looking impressive against a daunting task until they give up a gimme.
This is an accidental own goal, and Arsenal just gets up and over the challenge here, and it just comes straight down to the top of the box. Ajax was trying to clear that one away, but he clears it into his goals and stacks. We saw one in EU and now in NA with all these own goals. Unfortunate things, but the game's all tied up because of it.
That is not how you knock off an undefeated team. We'll see how much that comes back to haunt Manhattan. Here's Timon. Not a lot of power behind that ball. Trying to run onto this from the side. He cannot. It'll be Arsenal against Ajax. Full take a boost for Arsenal. Gets a piece of Malakis in the net. The shot coming in from Pirates is going to be wide. Arsenal circles around, and all because he got that bump in the net.
And this is great from Arsenal. He's in the net at this point. By the time the ball comes off the back wall, he's at the top of the box. He comes around and takes a shot. Malakis could do nothing about it, and all of a sudden, the Peeps are in the lead.
They've got 2 minutes to hold on to it, but they may not have to work too hard to hold that lead. Once these goals start flying in from both teams, it greatly favors the Peeps, and Gyro and Pirates almost had a spectacular team play going, but it falls short right at the end. Arsenal now to the ceiling, but not able to do anything else with it. Ajax just drops this down, and now here come the Peeps, just swarming through the offensive zone, really putting the pressure on Manhattan now, trying to mentally break them here as Ajax will intercept Gyro. Pirates lobbing one in front, but nobody there to run onto one. And now Timon can finally settle things down for Manhattan, and they do need to settle down for at least a moment, try to reset, and gear up for this final minute plus as Ajax gets his third save.
And it's no time to panic here for Manhattan. You're seeing a lot more control go to the Peeps here, and it's just disorganized defense from Manhattan. They got to clean it up. This one is uncontested in front of the net, and Gyro can't get it, but with 50 seconds left, Manhattan, they got to get their bearings back because they looked good in the beginning of this game. Things have fallen off since.
They have numbers going back the other way, but they can't stop Gyro from clearing this all the way downfield, and now they have to reset. The Peeps were not in a good position there, but one key touch bails them out. Another save there from Pirates hanging around on that back line. Arsenal with Ajax waiting for him. Gets by one. Malakis to play another one through. Somebody will have to get to the net in case Pirates messes this up, but he does not. Timon can't dispossess him, and now with only 15 seconds, it's do or die for Manhattan in game 3. Gyro, big clear around Ajax. Only one to beat. He's beaten him, but Malakis comes in. One last chance for Manhattan. Need to keep this in the air, and they will not. And the Peeps come back from the dead to take game 3.
Yeah, I have to say, Stacks, these are not convincing wins here from the Peeps, going down quick 2-0 to Manhattan early in this game. Had to score 3 unanswered goals, and a lot of the shots, a lot of the stats that you see from the Peeps came late in this game. Earlier, it was all Manhattan. They were controlling the pace of the game. They were controlling the ball. They had possession. They were making everything happen. And for the Peeps, it seemed to, I thought they were going to get blown out that game, but all of a sudden, things started to pick up for them. They were finding each other in the midfield. They were firing off some dangerous shots on target. And near the end of that game, it was a complete reversal where a lot of control was in favor of the Peeps. And at the end of the game, they just had to keep the ball away from Manhattan, which they did, and they ended up winning.
Yeah, it really has been all about Arsenal and Pirates, who have stepped up in a huge way for the Peeps. You know, but on the side of Manhattan, you know, we talk about Ajax coming into this match with 100% goal participation. He hasn't. That has changed. He's not at 100% anymore, but you know, he is obviously still at a high percentage. They need to keep him involved in the play. I think if they are going to come back in this series, Manhattan, they're going to need to do it on the shoulders of Ajax.
Yeah, Ajax did come in with 100% goal participation at 7 goals in 10 games. So an interesting stat there, but obviously not the case anymore. And I think that own goal definitely hurt them in that game as well, as far as morale. But for Manhattan, that was a winnable game, and it slipped through their hands.
And it was Ajax who had that own goal as well.
He's trying to keep his stat, 100% goal participation,
right.
Either side, doesn't matter.
But he had lost it already at that point. That's the problem. We are underway in a must-win Game 4 for Manhattan. You wouldn't know it if you had only watched glimpses of this series that the Peeps are one win away from going to 5-0, but here we are. Arsenal gonna take this one himself, and he's met right at the point of attack by Ajax. Now Team On wins this one through. He'll find Ajax, and Manhattan have the lead again.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, just like last game, Manhattan just kind of sneak away with a goal here. This ball comes perfectly out for Ajax. He beats the last defender. Of course, Peeps still in rotation there. And Manhattan, they strike first through Ajax.
It's got to feel good for Team On as well, getting that play started with a good win in the corner, but they may give one right back. Ajax has to scramble back, and that's Malicus. Clever touch to find Team On, and now he's going to get going.
And that is the Manhattan that I know and love. You see this one come off the back wall. Malicus, he pops it on, or pushes it on to Team On. And a great shot from him, a drive like that, surely going to the back of the net in the first 30 seconds once again. Manhattan up by 2.
Can they hold this 2-0 lead? Plenty of time for the Peeps to get their bearings straight, but right now, they look like a team that is completely rattled. Team On, stopped by Pirates, but Malicus just comes right in, takes that ball away from Gyro. I don't know if Gyro ever saw him coming. Here's Pirates. That ball won by Ajax. Malicus, double touch, not gonna have it. And Pirates will have this clear only as far as midfield as the Peeps struggle to get this ball out of their zone early on.
Yeah, they have, and the pressure from Manhattan has been excruciatingly painful here for the Peeps. Not only are they struggling in their own corner just to get a hold of the ball, but every time Manhattan seems to touch it, it comes straight out to a Manhattan player there. Another chance for Ajax.
Now Pirates quickly onto this on the wall. Uses every bit of that timer to get that dodge in, but it hasn't resulted in anything productive for the Peeps. Now Arsenal gotta get to the corner, he does not, and Ajax adds yet another.
And this is great Rocket League here from Manhattan. They go down the field, they get possession back, and it's just a solo play here from Ajax, pushing it off the sidewall and following it up his own touch. 3-0 now over the Peeps, Manhattan.
Ajax has 5 goals in this series. The Peeps have 6 as a team. It's been a phenomenal effort, especially here in a must-win 4th game. They may have another. It's going to be blocked away. Pirates just getting to the ball in time. Demo from Arsenal on Ajax. Not going to factor much into the play. He's already back in. Pirates off of Team On, trying to take advantage of a little miscue, and they do not, thanks to the efforts of Malicus. So now it'll be Gyro, met by Ajax. Peeps will try to reset again. Pirates with a big drive, well wide, and Team On will again just try to buy his teammates some time. Ajax misses here, and finally this one will squirt through. Pirates will get credit for a lapper.
And the Peeps trying to fight back here just at halftime as this ball just goes off and off a Team On and just rolls into the net. Of course, Pirates getting credit for that one, but the Peeps strike back.
Well, it doesn't matter how those goals find their way through. That just matters for the Peeps that they get a break. And they got a gift there. They've gotten a few in this series from Manhattan. I would think that you could make the case that at times Manhattan has absolutely outplayed the Peeps here.
I would definitely say in this game particularly, but all of a sudden the Peeps, that one's off the woodwork. It finally goes in for Gyro getting involved on the offense, and now the Peeps with only down by 1 goal making a comeback once again.
Yeah, this one, Gyro playing janitor there at the end, getting just his 2nd goal of the series. But it's a big one. It gets them right back into Game 4, and they do still have a chance to turn this game around and close out Manhattan, get to 5-0 and be done with week number 3. Team On has other plans, and so too does Ajax.
And this is a great pass out here from Team On, just fighting in the corner, staying with the play here, puts it off the back wall. It comes straight out to Ajax. Who else for Manhattan? Now 3 goals to his name. Manhattan up 4-2.
near the bottom of the league in goal participation was Timon, but boy, has he turned it around here in this one series. 2 goals, a trio of assists, and a 2-goal lead again for Manhattan. Ajax gonna take this on target, and Pirates scrambles back, just getting in front. We said that a few times too. Pirates has had to rush back to the goal line to really bail out the Peeps on the defensive end. This will get through, and Gyro not able to get around on a shot. Another one in front, empty net. This one another gift, and Pirates will get them back within 1 once again.
Yeah, you can see Manhattan double commit there. Everyone getting sucked into the corner, and this ball just kind of comes around the back wall, and it's a free shot there for the Peeps. Pirates now 2 goals to his name, and the Peeps still trying to hang in there with a minute and a half left.
4-3 the scoreline, and you wonder maybe, are we setting up for another 0-second goal from Gyro? Leads the league, by the way, with 3 goals with no time on the clock. Keep that in mind as we tick down towards the final minute. Gyro full take a boost in the corner, went boost over ball, and, well, he got rewarded for it. This will kick up and away, and Ajax, Timon was also up. Could be a slower attack for Manhattan, as Pirates is given enough time to settle down, clear this away. Timon coming in, that got cleared away by Arsenal, but Ajax did not get all of the shot, and Gyro will just let that fall onto his hood, follow up off the crossbar. Gyro coming in, and really had to bail out Arsenal. He wasn't in position. Another chance in front, and Arsenal clears that as well.
It's a relentless attack here from Manhattan. The offense in this game in particular has looked extremely good from them. Of course, rewarding them with 4 goals. They get 1 more, they might just put away this game.
Pirates downfield. Oh, great touch by Gyro, but they do not move forward. A lot of east-west movement rather than north and south for the Peeps. When they need to get downfield, they do not. And Ajax walks that one home, and we're going to see a 5th and deciding game.
Absolutely. You see Ajax just takes this one down the field. All of Peeps were pushed up, and unfortunately for them, that's going to be the end. We're going to Game 5.
Incredible stuff. Make that the 7th goal in this series for Ajax, who is determined to deliver a W for Manhattan, and he is 5 minutes away from doing so.
And this was, out of all the games that I've seen from Manhattan, and so far I guess in this series as well, this has definitely been the best game that I have seen from Manhattan. 13 shots, 5 goals. They're scoring goals, Stacks. That's what I said they needed to do. Yes. With the goal differential that they had coming into this, they have got to score goals, a -14 goal differential coming into this series. So they're doing a great job, and it was that quick start there at the 2-0 start, 3-0 start for Manhattan that really was the catalyst for them in this offense and in this game, and that's why they won it.
So now the Peeps, they need to reset, of course. They found themselves trailing far too often for their own liking and for their own good. They are in danger of giving up one of those matches that we kind of talked about last week, where when you're playing the bottom of the league, you can't afford to drop these matches because you've got teams like Splice waiting in the wings. And boy, Splice is going to be watching this match, kind of licking their chops.
I was thinking the same thing. Splice is probably watching and rooting for Manhattan. Same thing with Bread, by the way. They're up there as well with only 1 loss. So, and especially, mostly for Splice, they would love to be the sole leader in first at this point, especially when they have to play the Peeps later on. So, yeah, this is exciting for a lot of these teams at the top end. If Manhattan could pull this off, it would shake up the standings here in the North American Rival Series.
We are closing in on a major shakeup at the top of the standings. 5 minutes between Manhattan and the Peeps. 0-3, trying to stun 4-0. And we are underway in our 5th and final game. Timon took a little too long to get to this ball. Arsenal does have it all the way downfield, and that's how game number 5 gets underway. Arsenal, does he have anybody to pass to? No, he doesn't, and Timon will just have that off to the side. Little confusion maybe between Timon and Ajax, but they have been on the same page for a lot of this series. A lot of Ajax's goals have been set up by Timon, either winning a challenge or getting a great pass off around in front. Ajax out of the corner, Pirates needs one more touch, doesn't have it, nor could he interfere with Malekis. Ajax trying to force one through here. Awkward spot for Gyro in net, but he cuts off the angle on Malekis.
So far, so good for the Peeps. At this point in the last couple of games, they were down by 2, so they're not letting up, but there's a lot of pressure. This could be an own goal here for the Peeps, and what in the world just happened?
It was a case of I got it, and nobody listened to the other calling them off.
It's an absolute tragedy for the Peeps. Team-On getting a goal for that one, and this is great for Manhattan now. Like I was just saying, they'd scored quite a few goals in the beginning of these games. They get one here in under a minute, and they're up by 1.
They get another chance at one, but that's just high. And Pirates not able to set up Gyro. Frustration may be setting in for the Peeps here as Manhattan getting more and more comfortable. They've been allowed to hang around here, and they've really taken the fight to the Peeps. Team-On, he'll have this around in front. Watch out for Ajax, it's Malekis actually in front, but that ball deflected away. Now Ajax is lurking, but nothing doing just yet. 90 seconds in, 1-0 the scoreline for Manhattan, looking for their first series win of the season. And that's gonna be kicked downfield. Team-On, he'll have his choice between ball or boost, and really he got neither. So Ajax, he'll take over, and he dunks it through.
That is a dunk from Ajax if I've ever seen one. Manhattan, again, now up early, 2-0, and he just gets behind this ball here. Arsenal can do nothing about it once Ajax was behind it. Puts it to the back of the net. Great play from him, and Manhattan 2-0 again in the lead.
8 goals now for Ajax. The count just keeps rising. What a performance from the leader of this Manhattan squad. Here goes Arsenal, who's been called on to step up here in the absence of Gyro. It hasn't worked out. Gyro for Arsenal this time, and Malekis with a big booming clear downfield, and Pirates had to take some extra time because he was blown up behind the play. Now Gyro for Pirates. This one's on.
Oh, what a
save by Ajax. Banging one off the crossbar. Manhattan keep their lead.
What a save from Ajax. The passing play from Gyro was fantastic, and it took a miracle to save it, and he pulls it off.
Arsenal will give way to Pirates. That ball in front. Gyro coming on, and he did get there ahead of Ajax, but the shot's just wide. Big demo from Gyro. Tells Pirates, hey, take it, man. And finally, he does come up, but just too slow developing there. I think the communication just a little bit off, and the Peeps miss an opportunity.
I think, the communication might have been a little bit off, but I think it was coming through for the most part. It was just like, hey, I don't really know what's going on here, as it was a little discombobulated there on the Manhattan side. But nonetheless, here with less than 2 minutes to go, Manhattan up by 2 and looking strong here in this series.
Their mettle is being tested here. Arsenal gets this clear away. Good win by Pirates in midfield, but Team-On is there. Malekis takes out Gyro. That's usually a recipe for success. That ball's gonna skip through, and Gyro barely off the respawn gets the save, and now they can try to break out here. It's a slow developing attack, and Team-On is able to bust it up from behind.
No one's got boost from the Peeps, and that's why it came so slow out from the back there, and Manhattan just came down the field on the rotation, demoed a couple players. They're able to slow down the attack from the Peeps. That's really been the story of this game, as it's been a very slow attack from the Peeps. Not too many things happening for them.
Arsenal for Pirates, not able to connect with Gyro, not able to connect with the ball. Bodies have to be forward now. A minute to go for the Peeps, in danger of dropping a series for the first time this season. It's Gyro, gonna take this himself, and Malekis up to the challenge. Arsenal the follow, and they're back within 1.
And they're not done yet. The Peeps looking to stay alive. Gyro lets this one come off the front of his car. Arsenal, great follow-up, recognizing how that play was gonna develop, and he's able to put it away. The Peeps trying to stay alive.
51 seconds separating Manhattan from a huge win. Maybe their biggest, actually definitely their biggest win in 2 seasons of the rival series. Gyro almost split the needle there.
Oh,
not gonna happen.
Oh, no.
Arsenal's there, chaos in front, and this game's been turned on its head.
An absolute meltdown on defense here for Manhattan. Malekis sets it up for Arsenal off his own back wall. The demolition comes out, and the Peeps, they tie it up with less than a minute left to play.
Find a way, it doesn't matter how, and the Peeps somehow are right back in this game and this series as Game 5 has taken a turn for the worst for Manhattan. Malakis should have this. He's got Timon over, but that pass a little too strong. Should still end up with Timon. It does. Backboard pass, and it's right there at Pirates. Now Arsenal. Pirates is going to take this. Nobody's back. Gyro having trouble reaching the back line, and it's a gimme for Timon and Manhattan.
With 10 seconds left, Manhattan, they come through in the clutch. Gyro was rotating back. He was looking to go off the back wall out of his net. Couldn't do it in time, and Timon might just save the series for Manhattan.
More twists and turns and a roller coaster as we count down the final seconds. Pirates, that's going to be way too strong. Off to the corner. And the Peeps
have
got it!
Arsenal!
At 0! It's Arsenal who forces OT!
Arsenal saves the day for the Peeps. It's a bad touch from Malakis who keeps it alive, and it comes out to Arsenal to tie up the series. You can't make this up.
It kicks off of Gyro, finds Arsenal, and now, after all of this, of course, one goal to determine this match. Arsenal cannot get this in front after the demo from Gyro. Now they have to retreat. That's picked off by Pirates. Needs one more touch, and he doesn't have it. May not need it. That shot right at Timon for a savior medal. Arsenal, got a second touch there, and that threw off the attack from Malakis. Has to scramble back now. It's a loose ball in front, kind of pinballing around, and Gyro is going to have that one through Ajax. He's got support waiting in Pirates. Coming up too is Arsenal. Boy, if you are Manhattan, you drop this. It's going to be devastating.
Oh my goodness.
That's kicked in front, and Gyro could not find the net. Manhattan doing just enough, trying to survive, weather the storm early on in overtime, and they have.
And it's definitely in control of the Peeps right now. They're feeling really good after that last second goal. Can they convert when they have the pressure now?
Arsenal coming in. There's Pirates off the backboard for Arsenal. And Gyro, boy, this has got to be killing him, having to stay back so far, so long after all he's done offensively. Very patient play from Gyro and the Peeps. And now they have to play on the defensive end. Timon, he'll have a look at this. It gets through Arsenal. Malakis in front for Ajax. No, it's going to be wide. And Arsenal the clear.
And that's one drive down the field for Manhattan, and it looks good, but maybe the Peeps can put this one away.
Well, it's just point, counterpoint, isn't it? Just at one attack after another. Arsenal only as far as Ajax. What a battle this has been. Arsenal just coming up empty there. That pass out of his reach, only by the slimmest of margins. Now Arsenal, he'll beat Timon to the punch. But that demo will slow things down enough as the Peeps, a little slow getting started. Pirates to Gyro. That's going to be deflected away. Well done by Malakis. Malakis able to get there in front of Pirates. Look out, trouble there. Pirates trying to get a piece of Timon coming out of the net. And now here comes Manhattan, trying to spring the upset, trying to hold on after all of this. But they're going to be denied. That ball not coming out of the corner the way they wanted. And Arsenal trying to play keep away from Ajax in particular. Mission accomplished.
Oh no,
but now
it's over!
Malakis and Manhattan have sprung the upset. They get their first win of the season.
A stunner from Manhattan after all the pressure, after the heartbreak going into overtime. You give up all the pressure to the Peeps for 2.5 minutes of overtime.